welcome to your reading for February 14th through the 20th. My name is James. I don't always reintroduce myself, but I'm going to do that anyway today. Hopefully you guys have had a good week. I am doing a slightly different reading today. The layout's going to be the same as last week, so the 4 columns, but I'm also going to be adding in a few different decks. I didn't really plan this, but I did choose a deck that's going to wind up helping out with relationships and or matters of the heart. And it seems like it's just in time for Valentine's Day. I'm also doing one for abundance. And it can be financial matters, but it's also just talking about how to create more abundance in your life, whether it's relationships, financial matters, material assets, whatever. And then a spirit message deck as well. I'm just drawing one card for that. So I've already shuffled everything, and I'm going to go ahead and just start drawing. Okay, nice. All right, so overall essence, we have the 6 of Cups. So it seems like to me, leading into the overall essence, leading into this next week, is you guys might be focusing on past memories or past relationships, which generally are going to be within the memory aspect. Kind of just reminiscing on certain aspects of your past life. And you might wind up, if you've lost someone in your past, you might be thinking about them as well, especially if it's an animal. I'm kind of drawn to the dog here, but it can be a person as well, or just thinking about the past memories in general and just kind of having more of either a nostalgic feeling or stuff like that. That's going to be kind of like the overall essence for this reading, it seems. The theme playing out. Okay, recent past, we have the Star and the 5 of Swords. So what this seems like to me is it seems like you're being guided towards something that you've had to have a lot of faith for, because you were kind of hoping and praying for stuff to be moving forward in the right direction, because it looks like you were kind of going through some sort of mental anguish, like just kind of wanting to get out of a certain situation that's just causing a lot of internal conflict. This guy's kind of holding his head, like kind of just, he's got a headache of some sort. And he's just distressed or just stressed out in general, and he's wanting to get out of here. It could be someone in your life that was causing this, and you're just like hoping and praying that this situation had changed. And we're going to get more information on this, but that's kind of like, that's what I'm feeling from that so far, and maybe the clarification card will help out. Current energy moving into the week, we have the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Cups. So what I'm getting from this is it looks like you're going to be working on something or trying to put in some work with a project of some sort. But the thing is you might be focused on like the negatives, basically. Like whether you might be thinking about, what if I lose this, or what if this doesn't work, or, something like not really having faith in your skill to be able to produce what it is you're trying to produce. Just know that the 8 of Pentacles represents you do have the skill, and you will cultivate that, and you could be working on multiple things at the same time. I also had the 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Cups. What I'm getting from this is like someone, like you may have people reaching out to you, like people who you're connected with, whether it's a friend, family. Usually this is more related to like friendships, I would say, just connections like that. They may try and reach out to you to have some sort of go out and have some fun, but you may be kind of thinking too much about not wanting to spend money here. That's definitely what I'm getting at. You might be kind of just wanting to remain in like that stable foundation and not really wanting to do anything with them. But the thing is like you also, what this represents is like you do have the money to do it. So whether you choose to do it or not, that's up to you. But what this is saying is like you have stable money right here, right? And people may wind up wanting to reach out and connect with you, whether it's long distance, coming out and traveling, or just hanging out in person and going out and having fun. You have the resources to do so, and the thing is like maybe you should. And we'll get more clarification on that as well. Coming/future energy. This generally to me represents something that's coming in fairly soon. A month or so, who knows? It could be in a couple weeks, few weeks. It's gonna be different for everybody. So I'm not trying to intuit that kind of information, nor do I really care. Ultimately it's just telling where the energy is heading. But these are baller cards. I mean, this is the Fool, which represents a new beginning of some sort, fresh new energies, and wherever this is heading, it's definitely going to create a lot of happiness and illumination. That's the key word here, and happiness too, but illumination. So whatever this thing you're going to be embarking on, that's going to help you understand and bring to light a lot of inner happiness and kind of moving in the, like, knowing that you're moving in the right direction, because both of these are like fresh energies. The sun represents happiness, joy, and fulfillment, happy times and success. The sun card is ruled by Leo, so it's about having fun and happy, like just playfulness in general. And the Fool can represent like a child in a way. So it's just like letting yourself have that childlike play, and like this is kind of like what you're embracing. That's awesome. Go ahead and pull these cards. The World card. Okay. All right. So in the recent past, we had the King of Pentacles over the Star and the Five of Swords. So what this sort of tells me is this is either representing business or matters of finances, basically. And so you may have been kind of having stress about money and kind of hoping and praying that things do wind up happen in that regard, or you wind up getting more like received to you. But it's like the King of Pentacles can represent more of like business, financial stability, wanting that abundance and putting the work in to be able to attain it. And so you could have been working towards something and just hoping and praying that things wind up getting better, because it looks like you were kind of going through a period of mental anguish or distress. Over the Eight of Pentacles and the Five of Cups, we have the World card. So clarification on that would be, it looks like you're going to be wrapping something up here, and that could be winding up what's causing that sadness here, or like you're coming to the end of a cycle, whether like in producing some sort of passion project or putting in some kind of work towards something, or it could be representing, I'm going to do two different messages here, or it could be representing traveling, because the World card is one of the travel cards. So if you're having to put in some work and some thought and energy into getting this travel thing up and going, it could be causing you a lot of sadness, or that's basically what I'm getting. Like if you're moving somewhere away from family or home and you're focusing too much on the negative, that's kind of like what I'm getting with this as well. But ultimately it can be two in one. Traveling is basically coming to the end of a cycle. You're moving into the next chapter of your life. So pick what resonates. Four of Pentacles over the Three of Cups. Four of Pentacles, Three of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. So it definitely looks like someone's going to wind up coming in. I'm definitely getting, because Knight of Cups can represent someone bringing you something, an offer, whether it's themselves or some sort of emotional opportunity or a relationship even. That's what I'm getting. It's like, and with the Knight of Cups, I definitely feel like it's something that you're going to want. It's something that's going to be drawing you towards it. Because the Cup energy is very emotional. It's very connected in a lot of ways, and the Knight can represent a person. So it looks like, yeah. So that makes a lot of sense. And then also we have the Queen of Cups. Let's see here. So I'm getting a couple of different messages. The Queen of Cups can represent, to me, a lot of times represents a motherly figure. So if you're starting something new with a motherly figure in your life, that's going to wind up coming in, because this is the future spot. It's definitely saying it's going to create a lot of happiness and a lot of emotional stability around that. Or it's just saying like what's happening is you're getting more in flow with your emotions and your intuition. And a lot of times this can represent developing intuition at the same time. So there's not really much to be said about this card. It's more of a personality type, whether it's a person outside yourself or it's you taking on this personality. But either way, it's a happy card. Like she's got this huge glamorous looking cup, which represents your emotion or something that you're holding on to. It looks like it's going to wind up creating a lot of happiness, and it just goes hand in hand with these last two cards here. So let me pull two cards. Clarity of belief, observe. I'm drawing two relationship or heart cards, two abundance cards, and one spirit message. All right, so a lot of times I like to read these two cards together. We have observe and clarity of belief. So in the matters of the heart, because this is what this is representing, you may be holding on to a certain belief that you need to gain clarification on, but it requires you to kind of step back and observe things from a different perspective. Because when you surrender yourself, because I believe this card is the equivalent to the Hangman, but it's about observing your relationships and your beliefs around relationships. It kind of seems like to me you might be holding on to something that is preventing you from actually embracing better relationships. But it looks like you got a lot of good stuff coming towards you anyway. Just be mindful and kind of observe yourself and how you are within relationships as well, because you are going to gain clarity within that belief surrounding heart matters of relationships. That's what I'm getting. You're going to wind up getting, like, the rainbow to me represents like a download of some sort, an intuitive download that's going to give you fresh perspective in regards to a certain belief towards your relationships. All right, unlimited ideas. Yeah, I guess that probably goes hand in hand with the Eight of Pentacles. But anyway, your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. So basically what this is saying is, like, you're going to start having ideas that are going to that you're going to want to take action on, because they're going to start flowing in. They're going to start flowing in, and they're going to wind up helping you move towards a more abundant life. And it looks like, because the King of Pentacles came out, you may already start having these ideas anyway, because the King of Pentacles is like, yeah, he represents abundance and having financial assets, and he's a learned person. He puts in the work, but it represents someone who is putting in the work, who is kind of like, he has these business ideas, and it looks like you're going to wind up having more. So definitely bank on those if you can. I know as a Virgo, most Virgos are generally kind of focused on the self and improving themselves so that they can actually improve the world around them. Yeah, and Virgo's an earth sign, which means they like putting in the work. All right, so the next one is donations, tithing, I'm not sure if that's pronounced right, and charitable work. Give joyfully to the organizations and people who spiritually support and inspire you, and know that your generosity will be returned to you manyfold in miraculous ways. The time, supplies, money, and or other resources you donate will ensure that your positive energy multiplies. So what this is saying is, like, if you already have been doing like some sort of charitable donating, whatever, even if it's small, like giving an extra tip to a waitress or donating to a certain cause of your choosing, it's saying that, like, that's not going unseen, and you're going to wind up getting that back to you anyway. And generally times many-fold. That's how the universe works. The more you give, the more you get. And that's kind of like the law of attraction at play at all times. If you don't give much, you probably aren't going to be given much. Generally, if you see people, whether it's your energy, like your time and your energy, or money, it doesn't have to be money, just whatever you're giving of yourself. But generally, when you start seeing people who have a lot of money, they tend to give that money back in some way, shape, or form, whether it's honorable or not honorable. They do give it back, and so by law, the universe has to respond to that. So, last card here is Ancestral Wisdom. We are your ancestors, and we love you. We walked the earth many years before you. We ask you at this poignant time to learn and grow from our past experiences. You are our legacy, and we will keep on helping you as we continue to evolve here in the spirit world. So you definitely have people on the other side that are cheering you on. Like, they see that you're putting in a lot of work to kind of break those chains of the past. And the past represents your ancestral bondage. So if, like, you start noticing patterns, behaviors, beliefs even, Yeah, I think that actually makes sense. Noticing those beliefs that create behaviors that are unfavorable within your family, and that's kind of like what it's saying is breaking away from that and healing past that, so that future generations that are part of your lineage can prosper much easier and better. And that's what I'm getting from that. Like, you're being watched, basically. You have some guides over in the spirit world that are watching over you, and it's definitely ancestors. So anyway, Virgo, I really hope that actually concludes this reading. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and or subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am trying to grow. Next week, I do have 2 readings coming out. The weekly reading for the following week, and also the full moon that's coming out. I do new moon and full moon readings, as well as the eclipses when they do happen. And those are bonus readings, and I'm going to start doing extra bonus readings, whether it's relationships or money and career, or just whatever it is that comes to mind. It could be even involving spiritual evolution, because I'm very much into figuring out how we can move past our limitations and spiritually evolve to create a much better life for ourselves. Whether it could be a relationship with yourself or with others. But anyway, thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.